Welcome back to the bar on the edge of the abyss, somewhere deep in who knows where. I don't get it. I'm going to cut through dramatics. Welcome to another episode of Wrath of the Righteous. Yeah, how you doing, man? So we're all leveled up. I went ahead and took care of Mythic Pass stuff. So I got level 5 Bane, or level 5 Aeon stuff. I got plus the DCs, which is nice, even though I'm not necessarily a primary caster. Steela got more. Steela got spell slots. She had some, but not many. Stacking more damage here. This one I was necessary. I had to get something to help her damage out. Because she can't just sit there and cast either summons and control spells all the damn time. So now any fire spell she casts is gonna work normally. It's gonna be great. Kind of a similar vibe with Dayrin. Now they can cast a harm spell, and it's going to hurt. No resistance immunity is allowed for that. And this is just trying to stack more to hit because she has the weakest to hit, I think, out of all of us right now. But anyway, we're back at the bar. This halfling with his horribly burned face and crimsonless eyes looks strangely familiar. After a moment's recollection, you remember his features. This is the sobbing man who stumbled into a nest of vesicores and lost his sight as a result. Luckily for him, you arrived just in time to pull him out of that ditch, only for him in an even more dangerous and sinister place. Name's Sam Crow, and just who are you? For a few seconds, the halfling is silent, stunned, and then he exclaims in excitement. From one eerie eye, a single bloody tear appears out of sheer emotion, perhaps. I thought your voice was familiar, but for the life of me, I just couldn't remember where I heard it. So it was you. What a surprise. What a joy. I thought I was a goner, and then you grabbed me by my skivvies and snatched me out of the claws of death. Wow. Okay. Oh, what's that? Hang on. I never had the chance to repay you. When I came to, I looked around and there were crusaders everywhere. My first thought that if they got me, they caught up to me. It was pious dogs. I hadn't noticed that I was unbound and guarded until later. And then when I took off running, I was right in the head, you see. I had a nasty fever. I didn't get a chance to meet my savior, but not this time. I'm not going anywhere. Here, take it. This is for old Sam Crow, the scoundrel who still lives and breathes instead of lying dead in that blasted canyon. Okay. Thought I healed you. They left some crap behind, some kind of acidic slime, or maybe those wretches laid their eggs. I don't know. What it was, on my seventh day, my left eye went dim, and on my knife, some sort of shadow spawned in my right one. It kept wriggling there. Healer in the battle bliss cut out my old eyes and soothed these instead. Now I could see in pitch darkness and tell differences in temperature, and do a bunch of other stuff. A master of his craft, that healer was. Ruthless, though. Jeez. Okay. So you have dark vision with heat seeking. Wow. You should end up there. As soon as those crusaders started mopping up our forces in Canabras, I knew it was time to split. Them eagle-watched interrogators snooping around everywhere asking questions. How did Baphomet cultists get into the city with such ease before the attack? You know, half our agents are scholars, not spies. Catch one and he'll rat out the rest. So I was out there in an instant on my way back to meet my mates. I wish I could have found a proper guide, though, so I wouldn't have fallen into that Vesivector nest. As I was looking away from Kinebris, I just could check the feeling that the image of the gallows they hanged me from for treason and all that. I don't believe all the stunts I pulled off. I smuggled Lady Monago's letters into the city, hit cultists. Oh, no, you're no one I want to keep alive. Who showed the demons where the creators on the first night? Me. They were all cut down and armored and half. Yeah.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Well, thank you for the weapon. This is going to be...
I will resist.
Yeah. Slaughter. I hope won't need that guy, but whatever. Greeting you with a nod is a middle-aged sorceress with short dark hair, a skinny face, and prominent cheekbones that bring to mind images of predatory birds. Despite the dark circles under her eyes and her overall worn-out look, her voice sounds friendly and welcoming. Hey, you're not a local, are you? Have you come from Galorian? That makes us fellow countrymen, and since you hail from Absalom. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Magister Mary Lark, the certified specialist in resolving magic-related issues and the captain of an airship called Starcatcher III. What's a sorceress from Absalom doing in a rat hole in the middle of the abyss? I suppose you could say I'm trying to cheat my own fate. In my current stage of my life, the abyss seems to be the best port to call home for me. There aren't a lot of experience and at the same time trustworthy captains around here, so I never sit idle. You managed to survive here. I see what you're getting at. You're asking me how a captain who doesn't grab everything and isn't bolted down, captain who doesn't steal cargo and doesn't throw passengers overboard, how can they survive surrounded by a gang of bloody pirates? My answer is simple. My principles protect me. Okay. I strictly follow the unwritten aeronaut code. I never ignore those in distress. I never attack other vessels, and I honor the integrity of the cargo that I'm trusted with. Maybe I look like an idiot to the other captains, but I don't care. My doggedness earns their respect, and even if they also provoke their ire. Besides, they know that I'm stubborn, and I'll defend myself to the very end. I suppose that's the real reason why they haven't slit my throat and seized my ship yet. Alright. It's not the first ship of Catherine, but she is without doubt the most technologically advanced. She has been through the most amazing adventures. She's the most reliable and neat vessel you can find in the Midnight Isles. Okay. This is a lot of yada yada yada. I get it, you're not a pirate. Crashed on the rocks of Olympia. They were sailing over Mare Island when the mutiny broke out. It's a new place for discord and hostility filled the air like a noxious miasma. A part of the crew tried to seize the ship, and others remained loyal to me, and a massacre ensued. Defending myself, I had to fight my friends until I was the last one standing, the last survivor. All by myself, I barely managed to guide my ship to Olympia. Jeez. The rocks tore up. Okay. So Starcatcher at first, it was because of her that I decided to settle in the Abyss. How did you wind up it? I was once a member of the Arcanarium. Oh, most prestigious magic academy, Absalon. Back then, I was a captain too and delivered special cargo passengers to my colleagues' request. I've been assigned to a risky extreme port rescue mission on the planet of Abaddon. Oh. I had to rescue a group of Pathfinders who had gotten into hot water there. I literally ripped them out from the claws of the Grey Digger that heralded Xyphus' convex and pointless death. And that son of a bitch never forgave me for that show of disrespect. He put a curse on me. People around me started dying, both those I cared about and those I'd never even heard of. News of horrible, pointless, and tragic accidents that cut lives unnaturally short followed me where I went, but it happened to me. I managed to get out of trouble, any trouble, without a scratch, even when violence raged all around. I tried to get rid of my curse, but no one could lift it. Soon after that, Starcatcher the First was wrecked in a terrible storm. Then I decided to go into voluntary exile, safe away from the planes where civility, mercy, and common sense are valued. Here in the Abyss, I can at least avoid mourning for those lives who are cut short due to my curse. Besides, the Abyss is insane and bloody enough even without me, so my cruel fate can add very little to this crazy whirlwind of aggression. Lan listens to the tale with rapt attention without moving a single muscle and seeming even forgetting to breathe. This is the first time I've seen a real captain. Tell me, how does it feel to, well... Lan stops, unable to find the right words. To be an aeronaut? How can I describe it, lad? It's just the best job in the whole world. Probably... I might. What the hell's Red Mask? I think the only reason I'm not being immediately attacked by everyone and everything is because I have Alushinyrra with me.
The mongrel did it.
Alright. Senior guard. What the hell? What is this? Up there with the roof, they're driving us away. I wish I could spill their blood. What? Go back to Nexus. What the hell? Battle Bliss? Portal?
Watch out for trouble.
It went splendidly.
Drug merchant can be found here. There are many poisons that could plunge mortals, even demons, into nightmares.
I refuse to accept their statement.
Oh no! Why did this happen? Yeah, get out of there. Ooh.
The inheritor, guide my blade. Hey!
Probably should have done that.
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
About wipe those guys out.
Prepare yourself.
You've crossed the wrong mountain.
Intoxicated demons leader.
Into the fray. Anything else?
Well, that was a waste. +3 short bow, +3 semi, +2 studded leather, +2 natural armor, ring of protection +2, and a cloak +2. Deadeye. Another wielder of this +4 axiomatic composite longbow hit. First lands a hit in a round. Okay. Nice. That is nice, actually. It's so trippy that there's like buildings all over that are like shifting. Let me guess, this place is a lot like all the other arenas, in that I'm probably going to have to fight a series of baddies. Juke saw it. Oh, I remember you. A handsome young man with tousled black hair strolls casually towards the demon surgeon. Oh, master of stitches, artist of the scalpel, a genius of surgical profession, tell me, is your heart free? The young man has a glove puppet in his hand, a dragon made of rags with buttons for eyes. He raises up and begins to ventriloquize loudly. His voice is surprisingly deep. Also, do you have an hour of free time tonight? How about a romantic dinner? Section. Arena, yeah. No, I would not say that my heart is free. Right now it contains 3 copper rods, 200 grams of enchanted quicksilver, and a fair dose of lamia liver extract. He pauses and gives the young man an appraising glance. But I could give you an hour or two of my time for something other than dinner. Has anyone ever told you that you have beautiful, smooth skin? I happen to be in need of some... Okay. Demon glanced briefly. I remember you used to fight here. Always demanded that I restore your skin to its original smooth, unblemished state. And you always tried to get a discount or ran away without paying. Well, looks to me like you have an entirely new face. It's almost a perfect replica of your old one, but something has changed. Something imperceptible. Who performed such subtle artistry on you? How much did you pay? Ursula glances at you with an emphatic smile. I really haven't changed, Stitcher. You cannot begin to fathom the price I had to pay for the transformation. But it happened without the help of a scalpel. Demon inspects the land closely. Oh, what a curious specimen. Who stitched you up? Hmm? That's an interesting horn. And those scales. Look how they reflect the light. How much reptile is there inside of you? Can you climb walls? Or did you or detect a change of temperature outside? If I cut off your head, will it grow again? I'm almost certain it won't grow again, but what about you? I hope your hands grow back because if you don't keep them off me, you'll need a new pair. Who are you? I am the most important person in the battle bliss. I am a healer, or as they call me, a stitcher. They dragged those poor, bleeding fools from the arena so I could stitch them back together piece by piece. And I do mean that quite literally, since most of them are in pieces by the time they get to me. At first, I simply reattached the severed limbs to wounded fighters. Now, however, my methods are far more interesting. Someone from Nocticulus' inner circle taught me the secret of grafting flesh. By combining the flesh of different gladiators, I create the strongest, craftiest, most talented fighters. Oh yes, in these chambers, invincible gladiators are born. I am so close to achieving perfection. Soon my methods will produce better results than the Hadrian crystals. Ah, I do believe I may have a new theory about the origin of mongrels. I was going to make the same joke, Lance said Maz grimly, but I changed my mind. It's hard to make jokes in a place like this. Let's see. The crystals are something of a legend here in the Alushinyrra. Almost no one knows what they actually are or how they get their hands on them. I'll start with a few demons here in the city. These demons suddenly became very powerful in a very short period of time. Their transformation happened almost overnight. According to the rumors, these demons received their incredible powers from the crystals. Now, all Rushna is crazy for these crystals. They're all anyone talks about these days. And all the merchants know that if you call call your goods in the Hadrian, you can easily double the initial price of your wares. Hmm. Yeah, I think in that one mongrels came from. Zeklex. Alright, more talkie. Stern but tired looking tiefling observes you politely. Seems I can't stop yawning. His clothes look expensive but tasteful. He's carrying a large bag, and every once in a while it moves and twitches as if something is inside. In the arena, I'm the steward. Ignoranth is the master of the arena, but I help manage its affairs. You look like you're new here. Did you come to spectate the fights or to participate in them? Tiefling had surprisingly open and honest face. After all these demons, he looks strangely normal. Tiefling looks you up and down with the calm professionalism of a person doing an unpleasant job with diligence. Here, Commander, mouthful. I remember that demon. He was a vile, cunning murderer. He had his way with words that was just as deadly as his skill with a battle. Amidst this chaotic play of distorted shapes and frenzied disorder, he stands alone. He is out of place. His heart is no less evil than the hearts of those who surround him, but his mind is something different. The inhabitants of this plane have chaotic minds. Their thoughts are an overwhelming jumble of emotions and passions, but Zeklek's thoughts are cold, calculating, rational. He has a keen, sharp intelligence and values order and logic. He may have been born on this plane, but he does not belong here. He is an anomaly. The tiefling gives you a long, shrewd look. The imp peeks out of the bag and looks at you solemnly with his big, sad eyes. You are very perceptive. You see more than most. Well, you are right. I do not belong in the Abyss, even though I was born here. That's why I have to work so much harder than everyone else. It's very difficult for someone like me to accomplish anything in Alushinyrra, and I plan to accomplish a lot. I want to overthrow Ignorith and take his place. And if I could use the help of someone as observant and knowledgeable as you. He lowers his voice conspirationally. I want to overthrow Irmangalith and take over the Battle Bliss. He's terrible at the job, and he's standing in the way of my ambitions. There's no denying that he is a genius. No one can get the crowds excited like he can, but his management arena could not be worse. The fights have turned into a bloody circus. The opponents are never evenly matched. The crowds are losing interest, and the passion of the audience is fading away. I want to change all that. But killing Irmangalith won't be easy. He's protected by Gelderfang, the current champion of the arena. Since his last incident, Ignorith kept his Gelderfang close by his side. He's only vulnerable when the champion fights the arena, but that doesn't happen very often. After all, a fight for the champion title is a very, very rare and prestigious event, but I'll offer you a deal. You help me, and I'll help you. I'll arrange a fight between you and the champion. I won't be able to make it happen right away, of course, but I'll make sure you get your chance. Together we'll vanquish our enemies, take control of the arena, and you will become the champion. You'll have the title and all the glory that goes with it. Do we have a deal? Alright. Finally, an ally. I was about to say, it looks like Monago. You know what? Let's go for one. Okay, well, you have to select an active member to take their place. To enter, okay. The past couple days has been obsessively recruiting your talent. He wants to reduce a promise new fighter to region. I think you can play your part perfectly. Maybe you need to place in a hindrance. However, if you do become a candidate for membership, be careful. You're likely to match up against a very dangerous opponent. Okay. Who is my opponent? Some nameless newcomer. It'd be a fight to the death? Of course, I can fight by sitting the death of a gladiator. Okay. Yeah, whatever pastels I had don't matter. They're gone. Is it a goblin? Smug Gug's Wild Gang of Mephits. Okay.
You are my favorite aide.
I welcome your company.
Gee, I wonder what I should reward myself with.
You require my unbiased opinion? I'm always open to ideas.
You know, it's gonna be hilarious. Blowing you guys up, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Another obstacle.
Did I just roll 10? That's it? Your entourage is dead.
You won't survive me.
So it comes to this.
Desna, guide my hand!
That was not a challenge. Is he here? Oh, he's up there. I thought it was. Excuse me. Like, you wanted me to grind through the ranks, right? Excellent. Wow. Rouse irritation with this astonishing speed. He produced a dagger from his slave and cuts the demon's throat in one swift, clean movement. The insolent demon gurgles, staring at his tiefling in surprise. Yeah. What a brute. He mutters quietly himself, then as he turns to you. Please listen to me before you draw your weapon. This was an outrage, yes, but it wasn't my idea. This was done on Eric Moret's orders. He came up with a brilliant idea that matched up against the method. He thought the crowds would find it funny. I couldn't stop it, but I assure you this will never happen again. Quick as a flash, Sexlick produces a gold coin from his bag and places it in your hand. Here, this is for you. From now on, you can freely use the transportation arcs that are located near the Battle Bliss. Oh. Neat. Please don't confront me. I promise you will have a chance to make this comeback pay. Alright. Well, give me a proper fight. I need you to do me a favor. The Flare twins are merely a stepping stone in your path to the Elder Fang. If it is your fight with him that worries me. But I have thought of something that might help in your encounter with the champion. However, for my idea to work, I need you to go to the flesh market to buy a group of gladiator slaves. Now, when I say slaves, I don't mean seasoned veterans. I mean an assortment of rabble and riffraff. This is important because my spy will need to infiltrate the ranks without drawing attention. How far will we have to go to complete this mission? Soon enough, we'll be guilty of all the same sins as demons. Today we kill and entertain them, but what happens tomorrow? We have to pray to the Lady of in Shadow. Is there anything else? There's a lot of slaves in the flesh markets. Okay. It's making me... I don't really like slavery either. Let's violate your principles. This is the Abyss. Scruples won't do you any good here. In fact, I advise you keep your morals on a tight leash if you want to survive. But fine, Lamash, do take them. I'll try to make sure your fight with the Flare Twins takes place as soon as possible. Alright, I'm ready to enter. I don't seem very concerned. Okay, these guys are going to be a little tougher, but I'm not concerned. Two flares, okay.
I'm up for an adventure.
Are we ready to move out?
We will win this war.
Hmm? Oh, yes, what?
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
What the hell just happened? We got teleported all over the place. Oh, this is significantly tougher, but not too bad.
You made your choice.
Make your peace.
Endure this.
Damn, still alive.
The light, take you.
What is going on? Why is it stuck? Oh, jeez. Okay. You're not hitting me either.
I will resist.
Crit it right upside his dome.
Make every strike count.
It's got bark skin. Probably help if I strip that. Oh, come on.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
96.
On it, T, go.
All around defense. They get the effects of the back-to-back feat. Oh wow. That's why their ACs were so good. Toxic Wrap, Vigilant Sprouts, another all-around defense. And the other, yeah. Well, wasn't too bad. Alright, let's just get a quick rest in there. No worries. Care to explain? Yeah, ignorance idea as you sure know he's not a fan of fair fights. I regret caught in his trap. However, you held up well. You got talent. We would arrange a match for you against a serious opponent, maybe even the champion. Considers you a threat. He thinks you're too dangerous and eager to get rid of you, but please don't confront him just yet. Don't let him know that you discovered his true intentions. Alright. But finding a member of the league was a privilege. You have to earn the right to face him. But now I must maybe able to help you on that front. First, you have to do me a favor. Once you give a gift to the current champion, I'd like to send the most beautiful succubi from the 10,000 delights. I need you to make a deal with them. So them provide their service to Gelderfring. If you do this, Gelderfring will be happy to arrange a fight between you and the League Fighter without delay. Where can I find these succubi? Alright.
Keep your calm.
Well, I don't know where this brothel is, but I'm going to have to go look for it. And we're in the lower city, which means I need to go to the upper city, but I don't even know how to get there yet. Well, maybe that portal behind me will help? Alright. Guess not. Okay, I'm gonna see where if I can carve a path or where I need to go, and we'll go ahead and pick this up in the next episode because I realize it's been about an hour and I'm kind of sleepy, so I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you in the next one.